Hi, my name is Chris Holton-Jablonski, and it is my great joy and privilege to serve you as your minister. This is Everything is Waiting for You by David Whyte. Your great mistake is to act the drama as if you were alone, as if life were a progressive and cunning crime with no witness to the tiny hidden transgressions. To feel abandoned is to deny the intimacy of your surroundings. Surely, even you, at times, have felt the grand array, the swelling presence, the chorus crowding out your solo voice. You must note the way the soap dish enables you, or the window latch grants you freedom. The stairs are your mentor of things to come. The doors have always been there to frighten you and invite you. The tiny speaker in the phone is your dream ladder to divinity. Put down the weight of your aloneness and ease into the conversation. The kettle is singing even as it pours you a drink. The cooking pots have left their arrogant aloofness and seen the good in you at last. All the birds and the creatures of the world are unutterably themselves. Everything is waiting for you. I love this, especially now. Put down the weight of your aloneness and ease into the conversation. We are now in our 5th week of this strange time, which is hard to imagine. I've spoken with so many of you, and we are all over the map. Many of us are all over the map in the same day, our inner landscape changing within an hour. But one truth pervades, one truth seems to be extra helpful, that we are connected, that we are held. That this great mistake that the poet mentions, to act the drama as if we were alone, this has come crashing down. Because in so many ways, over and over, we remember that we are connected, that we are woven fine in this web of existence, part of this community, part of First Church, and more part of this glorious, beautiful, broken, beleaguered, and beatific planet. We are one with all that is. And this truth can save us. And it is saving us, this remembering. On a very concrete level, on the most basic level, we are all home now because we acknowledge this truth that we are connected in so many ways to one another, connected in so many ways that we didn't see all the time 5 weeks ago. When we opened doors, without thinking how many other people had touched the doorknob. When we went to the grocery store with no thought of how many other people were in the store. Way back when, 5 weeks ago, when we were living our normal lives before all this. Some of you remember we had just started the 40 for the Earth campaign. This was our invitation along with our FCB Green team to take up a practice for the earth for 40 days. You are the big winner if you said, lower my carbon footprint. My children decided to compost, and we started with Black Earth curbside composting. And we as a family have been looking at all the food waste we create, seeking to consume more wisely, to create less landfill. In addition, my other commitment was not to use any disposable coffee cups, a goal which I have achieved, though somewhat sadly, of course, because those coffee shops have all closed. And even when they were still open, they had stopped for a while allowing reusable cups, which presented with me with what at the time seemed like a bit of a dilemma and now seems a little ridiculous. Anyway, the beauty of this project is that we were choosing to take up a practice for the earth for a while. Little did we know that we would all be thrust into a very large project for our communal health, which would also have vast ramifications for the planet. So many of you have mentioned how clean the air seems, how quiet the streets, how brilliant the stars, how many people are walking, how your garden is saving you, how happy you are to get out into the dirt. Now, to be sure, many of us are still suffering. Many are still sick in body, and the stress is mounting. Our psyches are wearing, are fraying. And still, there is within this gifts to harvest, beautiful truths to find and hold on to. This is Leaves and Blossoms Along the Way by Mary Oliver. If you're John Muir, you want trees to live among. If you're Emily, a garden will do. Try to find the right place for yourself. And if you can't find it, at least dream of it. When one is alone and lonely, the body gladly lingers in the wind or the rain, or splashes in a cold river, or pushes through ice-crusted snow, anything that touches. God or the gods are invisible, quite understandable, but holiness is visible entirely. Some words will never leave God's mouth, no matter how hard you listen. In all the works of Beethoven, you will not find a single lie. All important ideas must include trees, mountains, rivers. To understand many things, you must reach out of your own condition. For how many years did I wander slowly through the forest? What wonder and glory would I have missed had I ever been in a hurry? Beauty can both shout and whisper, and still it explains nothing. The point is, you're you, and that's for keeps. There is an invitation in these days to remember that we are connected, that we are held in this web, which, like Robert Walsh said, is often frayed but always healing. This web holding you right now, this web which we touch and know with the warmth of the sun on one of these beautiful days we've had recently. I feel it when I walk outside in early light and can feel the day ahead, can feel my neighborhood waking up. This web which is holding me when Aaliyah grows tired of chalk art in front of our house and wants instead to walk to a neighbor's house, surprising them with butterflies and hearts and flowers when they come out of their doors, greeting them with expressions of love, reminders that we are all connected, that we are held. No matter the voices in our heads which would trumpet our aloneness, no matter the voices which would tell us that we are abandoned and stuck, I love when Mary Oliver says, "What wonder and glory would I have missed had I ever been in a hurry?" I will speak for myself, but before all of this, I was most of the time in a bit of a hurry. I think on some level less stressed, because I had more childcare and the world didn't feel like it was falling apart. But it was falling apart. So many of us were just rushing past the train wreck of our climate and our environmental degradation. We had so much going on, it was on some level too much to let in. And so now, with this strange time of pause and change, it is my hope for us all this day, this week, that we know that we are held by this community, by this weaving and healing web of relationships, and especially know that you are part of this earth, part and particle of this vast and glorious and beautiful earth. Feel this connection. Allow it to announce itself to you and give thanks. Because this connection which holds us will help us get through this. And the wisdom which buds and flowers in this time can help shape a whole new way of living. This is Peace of Wild Things by Wendell Berry. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night with the least sound and fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things, who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting for their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world and am free. Dear First Church, may we rest in the grace of this world. May we be free. Amen.